best episode in a while. Welcome back to Mewni Monday. I'm your host, Ostrich Fox. And yep, that's going to be the name for my Star vs. Force of Evil videos since episodes air on Mondays. So if I do put up Star videos, I'm going to try to put them out on Mondays. And if they aren't, I'm still going to call it Mewni Monday just because of alliteration. And that's the name I chose for this series. And this is my review of Bon Bon the Clown. The winter finale, the mid-season finale of the second season. And oh my god, this episode had shipping feels, plot feels, oh shit moments, just everything all around. This was an amazing episode. This was the best episode in my opinion since Storm the Castle. In some aspects, it was even better than Storm the Castle. We had a lot of continuity, we had a lot of just feels all around. This episode made me sad, really sad. The Jackie x Marco ship, Jarko, oh my god. Y'all took the W for this episode, like really. Marco and Jackie kiss. So, Star and Jana are gonna do this dead clown seance because of Bon Bon the Clown, a clown who died 100 years ago and said he'd be back on his 100th death day. Star's like, okay, I'll skip the school dance. But then she starts getting a little jealous when Jackie asks Marco to the prom, not prom, dance. But it felt like prom. Although I imagine prom and Star will actually be, more of a bigger deal. Anyways, so we have this whole subplot that's been building up over the last few episodes, and I'm glad they did it. There's been actually really great continuity, like, between the lines since the episode Sleepover, where Marco admitted that, yeah, he has a crush on Jackie. And then last episode, Naysayo, we saw that they went out to the movie theater. It's been building up. So now Star's pretty jealous. And I like how they didn't flat out say, yeah, Star may like Marco. I mean, it was implied at the end of Sleepover, and it's definitely implied in this episode. She's definitely, really jealous, but it makes you wonder, is she just because she likes Marco, is she in love with Marco, or is she just afraid that now that Marco has a girlfriend, he's not going to have much time for Star, and Star is no longer going to be the most important person in his life? Teenagers are weird. That's something I definitely learned in this episode, and something I already learned from, general experience in real life. But yeah, this episode definitely taught that the emotions of a human being, especially young teenagers, young boys and girls, are irrational. And that comes into play later in the episode, but we'll get to that. Jackie and Marco get to the dance, and they realize it's kind of a dud. So Jackie's like, I should have just asked you on an actual date, and well, they go off to an actual date. And on that date, Jackie mentions all the time Marco's already messed up. And holy continuity to that one. They mentioned a lot of episodes, especially ones from this past season. And Marco obviously never skateboarded before, so Jackie's like, well, let's skateboard right now. Meanwhile, preparing for Bon Bon's return, and also, Jana's parents had to drop her off at, the graveyard, where they're having a seance for Bon Bon. And it's just really humorous to me that Jana has parents who are aware of just, how batshit insane her daughter is. I don't know, something about that, it got to me. And while they're waiting, Glossric burned that page about the rat spell, which I'm going to get to in a sec. And we also saw how powerful and dangerous Eclipses spells really are. Star decides to spy on Jackie and Marco on their date, so she asks Glossric, what's that, peeping spell? And of course, she turns to the page from Eclipses spellbook, uses it, sees Jackie and Marco having a good time, and somehow she manages with the wand to actually blast a skateboard or blast a wheel of it, so they fall off. And she freaks out. She's like, I didn't mean to do that. And it just shows that teenagers and their emotions are very irrational. I'm one myself. Anyways, one thing that I was like, oh, I miss Gravity Falls is the spellbook, we can't really get any lore or legibility out of it. As opposed to Gravity Falls, where if we saw a page of the journal or pages, they would be foreshadowing future episodes, pages of things we would see yet to come, or they would be legible pages, at least some of them. A lot of them were scribbles, but they're for as compared to blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I can't speak. Talking way too fast. As opposed to the spellbook here, which is you can see the name legibly, but a lot of it's just symbols and lines and And then it happens. It's time for Bon Bon to reemerge. And the second we saw Silhouette, I was like, no, that's Ludo! And this episode took a turn that I'm pretty sure everybody was waiting for. Bon was just a front for Ludo to have his time to strike. And I knew that was him the second the rats came out. And it's like Glostrick burned the page of the rat spell moments before it happened. Like, if I forget the name of the episode, but there was an earlier episode this season where he was like, oh yeah, all according to plan, children, when Star first fought Ludo with like both their wands. Was this also according to plan? With this show, anything can happen. And this action sequence was actually really good. But after Jackie and Marco share their first kiss, Marco's first kiss, which is abruptly ruined because he looks up and he sees the moon and it looks like the blood moon. Bam! More continuity. That Star and Marco are connected, and I guess the moon will be a way to show when they're in danger. Because he's like, okay, we need to go help Star now. She is in trouble. And they are connected by the blood moon, so maybe Jackie and Marco just aren't meant to work out. I mean, obviously, and I'll get into this later, I don't think they're meant to work out in the long term of the series. So they go help out with the fight. Star opens up a portal, but when Jackie and Marco arrive, the black hole she's using sucking all the rats into fight. Gets in sync for emotions and starts sucking her in. But like I said, this definitely was one of the series' better action sequences with everyone just helping in the fight. And while it wasn't some grand battle, it still felt larger on a larger scale than previous action sequences in the show up until now. Star almost falls in the hole. Ludo was actually like threatening in this episode. Like it was oh shit the entire time he was on screen. And he manipulated both Star and Marco very well to get his hands on the Book of Spells, which I wish I didn't see coming, but since iTunes literally spoiled it the night before with the description, I already knew Glostrick would get kidnapped and Star lose her spellbook, which really irked me. What the hell, iTunes? What the hell? And we have this cliffhanger. Star's extremely upset and defeated, not only by Ludo, but her realization that she might have feelings for Marco, and now he's with Jackie and Glostrick. I can't tell if now he has to be obedient to whoever owns the book, or if he was just being a wise ass addressing Ludo as Milady. But it was still a shit's getting real vibe, and I can't wait for the next episode. This is such a good cliffhanger to go off of, and I liked how Marco made progress with Jackie over the course of the season. Because you know, most shows when a character has a crush, like there's brilliant development, like they never even get with them, or they get with them for like an episode, turns out they're using them. This is a genuine relationship growing, and I really like that. And I like how this is basically end up being like love triangles upon love triangles. That's basically how they have it set up right now. But oh my god, Ludo! What a badass! He's been way more threatening now. And I wonder if Glostrick attempted to get kidnapped, just, you know, it'll make Ludo activating the Book of Spells more difficult, or if he has to be a genuinely good helper to Ludo now. Like, I'm really excited to see how that's going to play out in the grand scheme of things. And I definitely feel like Eclipses is going to appear soon. Maybe she'll be resurrected, maybe she's already alive. I believe she's like the true antagonist, because like ever since she got mentioned in Into the Wand, they just keep mentioning her again and again. But wow, what a great episode. The art was beautiful, the animation was fluid, the action scenes were great, the humor was great, the character development was great, and it was just feels all around. And I definitely can't wait to see what happens next with Ludo, Glostrick, Star, the whole Jackie situation. Like, oh my god, this show's just really picking up. And seeing the blood moon, that's what did it for me. That's what I was like, yep, I see you. I see you, Darren Nefke. I see you, storyboarders. Y'all pulling at the heartstrings. Now, not just tugging. Y'all trying to like rip my heart out, honestly. But oh my god, I love Star. Honestly, these last few episodes have really picked it up. But this episode takes the cake. I honestly think some aspects was better than Storm the Castle in terms of character development. The stakes were higher in Storm the Castle. But this really took a really good advantage of its 22-minute runtime. Like, the pacing was just right. They took time to flash out Jackie and Marco's date, and Stars being conflicted, and the action sequence. Even though you can argue shit didn't get real until the last 5 minutes, character-wise, shit was real the entire time. And I love this show so much. But these are my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What did you think of this amazing mid-season finale, this winter finale? How are you going to survive the winter hiatus? The show should come back maybe January, probably February. But until then, drop us a like, subscribe, like us on Facebook, we have a Patreon, all the good stuff in the description below. Ostrich Vox, signing out.